In just a moment, we'll be speaking with Sofus Midtgaard and Vigga Svensson. We'll be talking about the Launch Circular Economy Innovation Challenge. But first, let's watch a short video to find out what Launch is all about.
Imagine a world where all products are services. Instead of buying new expensive gear for every adventure, gear you might never use again, you rent it. Rather than buying a fleet of brand new bikes every time your children grow a few inches, you subscribe to a bike replacement service. And when you don't have time to keep up with the latest fashion trends, you can rely on a clothing subscription service rather than an overstuffed wardrobe. Imagine a world where renting, leasing, or subscribing to a service gives you access to better experiences, more customized products, or even saves you money. Sounds crazy? At Launch, we don't think so. We think it's time to build the world we want to live in. But we can't do it alone. Are you one of this year's 10 game-changing innovators? If so, we need your help to solve this year's challenge. How do we engage customers and introduce new business models that will support a circular society? Your innovation could offer new ways of providing products as a service by creating unique customer experiences. Be a new platform that connects people and makes it easier to map, share, or swap stuff. Be a technology that enables customers to understand a used product's history and condition. Make caring for or repairing products more convenient. Or you can surprise us with something completely different. Innovators from around the world are welcome. The key requirements are that your innovation has the potential to grow and enable sustainable living regionally or globally. Launch unites innovators with global companies like IKEA, eBay, VF Corporation, Novozymes, Kvedrat, the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, and several government institutions committed to accelerating the shift to a circular society. With the collective power of the Launch Network, we will work with you to disrupt the status quo, grow your innovation, and create a positive impact for planet and people. Submit your innovation today at launch.org/circular.
That video was about the Launch Open Innovation Challenge, Circular Economy Innovation Challenge, and to talk more about that, we've got Sofus Midtgaard on the sofa with us, Director of Launch Circular, and Vigga Svensson, who's founder and CEO of Vigga and participated in the challenge. So, Sofus, what is the Launch and why and how do you do it?
Launch is a collaboration of companies trying to challenge the system and drive sustainability to new efforts. And I think even if you are IKEA or Nike or VF Corporation or eBay, even how big you are, you realize that you can't do this alone. So it's the story of collaboration and partnering to drive innovation and also the framework and regulation around this to create the shift towards a more circular and more sustainable society.
And what is this year's challenge and what are you looking for?
We're looking actually for, that's why I invited Vigga.
We're looking for Vigga?
We're looking for more Vigga.
We're basically looking for
We're looking for a lot more Vigga, so we could actually just clone her. No, we've been...
That wasn't on the technology session this morning.
No, it wasn't. No, but we're looking for, we've been working with materials and recycling and design for circularity over the last 3 years. And this year is kind of like the more crucial part. We're ending at the end of the value chain with the consumers. So how do we actually engage consumers and introduce new business models that makes this attractive? I don't think that consumers actually should know much about circular economy. They should feel that there's an attractive service with a brilliant story around it, like Vigga's, that makes them want to engage and subscribe and go from owning products to subscribing to services. And so we're looking for innovators within that space of enabling new customer experiences or introducing new business models or platforms that can accelerate this.
And Vigga, a great talk in a moment just about what the business model actually is, for those who haven't heard about it. But you've actually been through the launch process yourself. What did it bring? What advantages?
Yes, I was in the first challenge in 2014, and besides of bringing some good incubating days with a lot of great people from big corporates and other experts that helped, maturing the idea and the concept. It gave access to the global network of launch, which is really like, it's not like a traditional network. I would say it's more like people are really ready to support, to develop, to gain from each other in this network. So it's really something you can benefit from as a startup, but also as a big corporate on the other side of the table. Mm-hmm. So it's a great thing.
And what does Vigga actually do?
Vigga
not yourself. But,
no, it's not myself.
Company.
What do I actually do? Yeah, that's a good question. No, the company is also called Vigga, and it's a circular subscription service for kidswear. So instead of buying kidswear for your baby every time your baby outgrows a size, which is very often in the first couple of years, you pay a monthly subscription fee, and for that amount you always have access to high quality organic clothing in the right size for your baby. And when the baby outgrows the clothes, you get a new collection one size up and return the outgrown collection to Vigga, which do a strict quality inspection, clean the clothes, and then it's ready for a new family.
And so we joked a moment ago about launch looking for the new Vigga. Writing myself about circular business models, your name comes up a lot. But why? I guess for both of you, why do you think there aren't more businesses in this space? I mean, you make it sound so compelling from a business owner's side and a customer's side. Why do we always keep coming back to you?
Yeah, should I answer it?
Not that we mind.
No, I think it's great, but on the other hand, on the other side, it's not so great because it's because we are not a lot of companies doing stuff like this out there. So I think the reason why Vigga has gotten so much attention is that it's a very easy pitch. It's so easy for everybody to understand why it's a good idea. And as Sofus says, it doesn't have to. You don't have to be a huge fan of circular economy to understand it's a great idea. It's just a great idea.
Is that part of the inspiration for this year's brief? Is this idea that that's what you...
The intuitive, the natural, attractive thing around a concept is, I think, what really works in Vigga.
I think that's true. I think to a certain extent, circular economy has been a dialogue between, at best, bureaucrats and economists and engineers, and now designers are paving into the equation of this community. But it hasn't really, and it maybe will never be a big question for the general public and the consumers, or at least we need to be careful that we don't put the success on how they recognize or know about the circular economy, because who actually cares? If they know around subscribing to things instead of owning things, that's maybe good enough for everyone. I think one of the reasons to be speaking frankly, and this is an enlightened audience, right? So I think there's a number of challenges for circular business models, and I think there's a number of businesses and also organizations that will have a hard time replicating this model, because obviously it's better suited for some kind of categories and also higher quality consumption. Obviously it is, so it's harder for a fast fashion company to transition to this model, because they win on actually winning within the existing economy, where it's still cheap to do the wrong thing. Yeah. And that's not going to change unless we get regulation in place and the framework that actually forces them to think differently around the use of materials and stuff. But there's a number of corporations moving into this space, and I think VF Corporation and some of the sub-brands of VF Corporations are moving into this space.
Sure.
So I would pay attention to a couple of those sub-brands.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for them. Just a last reminder, dates or what people need to know about this year's challenge.
Yeah, that's true. So you all saw the video a little while ago, so go to the launch.org/circular. The challenge is out there. There's a FAQ. The deadline for innovators is September 1st. So you've got all summer, but subscribe as early or apply as early as possible. But we will be open until the 1st of September.
Okay. Great, thanks for joining us today. I know you're going to enjoy the rest of your day, especially if Denmark win the football.
I think they will.
Denmark is from
it's
another
1-0.
circular area.
Don't
And we will actually run over to a pub across the street now. Thank you so much.